everyone, and welcome to another Wavelength Wednesdays. My name is Waveney. I'll be your host, and every week I bring you tips and strategies geared towards connecting, inspiring, and influencing you to being your best in your professional and your personal life. And welcome to the month of June. It's a new month, and so we have a new theme. And so this month, I thought that it would be great to speak about personal development or personal growth. And this is a topic that is dear to me because I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be doing wavelengths. I wouldn't be what I consider successful in my professional life or personal life if I had not take to developing myself, honing my skills, and so forth. And even as I sit here today and I film this, I am still continuously seeking on how to improve, right? And so I just wanted to share why personal growth is important, and we'll be exploring a few themes throughout the month. And so I thought that I would start by just speaking broadly about self development or personal growth. I'll use those terms interchangeably. So it's the one thing I believe that persons should invest in, and the one thing I believe that persons should keep on doing. Because from this one thing, from this personal growth, self-development springs so many other things, springs so many successes if you stick at it. So what is personal growth? So personal growth, or it is also known as self-development, is really tapping into your best self. It's really improving yourself so you could be the best version of you. All right. And it's a continuous understanding and developing of yourself. It's a never ending process because as we learn more, as we grow, we change, as we enter into certain situations, we need certain skills, and personal development helps with that. It is also the foundation for our emotional, physical, intellectual, and spiritual health. And when I read this, because I wanted to give a broad overview, I knew what I wanted to say, but I wanted to give a broad overview. When I read this, I thought, how profound is this? It really is the basis. There's so many people walking around that are emotionally unhealthy, physically unhealthy, that they need healing in certain parts of their lives, and personal growth, self-development can really, really help with that. And like I've said so many times before, if you're viewing this video, it means that you're on the same wavelength with me, that you are about connecting, inspiring, and influencing yourself and the other people around you. You are about growth and development. And this is what the People's Brand is all about. And so I just want to highlight 3 reasons why you should really invest and keep at developing yourself. The first reason is about awareness. Awareness. When you embark on a journey to develop yourself, when any type of, whether books, tapes, videos, what have you, even my the People's Brand can be considered as personal development. But when you embark and you make a commitment to develop yourself, you start to become aware. And why is this important? You gain awareness on yourself and self-mastery. If we are to navigate the world successfully, self-mastery is a must. If you don't know yourself, then you are going to be, people can easily, I don't want to use the word manipulate you, but you'll get yourself into situations where you don't know how to react because you don't know yourself. You're totally clueless. I'm sure you know of persons that react in a certain manner, and if you have to give them feedback about their reaction, they'll be like, no, I don't act like that. They are totally unaware. And so awareness gives us clarity about ourselves. You need to be ourselves. You need to be clear on who you are as a person. You need to be clear on what your strengths are, what you're good at, okay, so that you can make them work for you. You need to also be aware of the areas of opportunity. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to call them the areas of weakness. They're areas of opportunity. And so you need to know how to balance and leverage that. And self-development helps with that. Awareness helps with that. You also need to know your triggers. And triggers are things that makes us angry. For example, one of my triggers is that I hate injustice. I hate unfairness and I hate injustice, especially at work. And so I've had to, I should say in my primary role, I've had to really work at when an employee comes to me with a situation, I have to really, really work at asking the right questions, prompting, not getting upset because depending on the situation, my first instinct is like, this is ridiculous. This shouldn't be happening. But I know that's a trigger. And I have been in situations where I haven't asked the right questions, where I haven't asked enough questions, and then I assume, and then I get into all sorts of things that I shouldn't be doing, and I may say things that are not correct, and later on apologize. Yes, I'm not human. Yeah. So knowing your triggers works for you, knowing what gets you off. And when you can master that, you know you don't put yourselves in situations, or if you are in a situation and you see it coming, you're able to master yourself. And all that is because of awareness, which is because of your investment and your commitment to developing yourself. Um, Awareness also helps us to be aware of how we interact and how we impact other people. Okay, some persons are very I don't want to use, for lack of a better word, aggressive. They come across very aggressive. They're really nice people, they don't mean anything, and so they need to be aware of that, because if they are around persons that are more soft spoken or introverts, they may come across like they're trying to take control. They may come across very aggressive. It may even be offensive to the person. And so awareness helps with all that. Once you know yourself, you know your triggers, once you can master yourself, you are already on your way to being a success. Then you know how to leverage your strengths and those areas of opportunities. Okay, so the second reason um, why you should invest and why you should commit to self-development is your beliefs. Now, beliefs are statements that we believe to be true, or things that we believe exists. And most of our beliefs were formed at around age 6, scientists say. We have some hardcore beliefs and they're ingrained in us. And beliefs can be a great thing, but a lot of us walk around with limiting beliefs. And as an adult, or even growing up, it can really hinder your success. Let me give you some examples of that. So a limiting belief might be something about money, right? Perhaps you may have grown up and you didn't have enough, or you grew up in a household where your parents were continuously saying to you, we don't have enough money, we don't have enough, and there's a thing with money. And you may be as an adult, you may be earning a good wage or what have you, but you seem to never have enough, or you are in debt, or all those things surrounding money. It always almost goes back to your beliefs about money, what you were taught. And people, I might be diverting here, people don't understand the power of repetition. If you repeat something long enough to yourself, or somebody repeats it long enough to you, you start to believe it. And this is what happens a lot in childhood. But you only get to uncover these things when you embark on a quest to develop yourself and to better yourself. So personal growth, self-development helps you to uncover the beliefs that are not working for you. And this is so, so important. Another big belief that people have is about not being good enough. They probably, may have been maybe not physically abused, but verbally abused as children, or their parents may have meant well, but they said the wrong things. It happens a lot in the Caribbean. The parents mean well, but they say things that are hurtful in an effort to steer you in the wrong direction. And so, in the right direction, sorry, in the right direction. And so, a lot of the times, you grow up and you think that you're not good enough, and this hampers you in your in on your way to success. Because if you think that you're not good enough, if you don't think well about yourself, it affects your self-esteem. It's going to affect the outcomes. Whatever you put your mind to do, when you try to do certain things, you're going to be hearing that I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. And that is a theme that is so dominant in lots of people's lives, you know. And even when you've achieved some level of success, you will still have that I'm not good enough. And so personal growth helps to uncover our unlimited beliefs. If we do the work long enough, it will uncover those things that we believe to be true. And sometimes you don't even know why you believe them, but it's because you hear them so many times. Maybe it's a teacher, somebody of influence, somebody of prominence that was in our lives that can really send that message. And personal growth helps us to wade through all that, right? And so the great thing about it, though, is when you embark on that mission to self-develop yourself, you learn that any belief that you have, you can just, with work, you can get rid of that belief and replace it with a new belief. And that's one of the things that is really cool about personal beliefs. We just tend to grow up and we believe certain things. It has happened to me. But you can always replace a belief. You can always replace a belief. Okay, and so I really feel strongly about this one because it affects people more than they think, but you have to be willing to do the work. Okay, and so thirdly, when you embark on a quest for personal growth, I'm tripping over my words today. When you embark on a quest for personal growth, when you invest in your self-development, you continuously learn. You're in a mode where you continuously learn. Okay? The more you uncover, the more you know, the more you want to know, the more you want to better yourself, you continuously learn. And this is a good place to be. You've heard me speak about learning. Learning never stops. The day you stop learning is the day you die. And learning doesn't have to be about going back to school to take a degree, or it doesn't have to be anything difficult. We learn in so many different ways. And when you decide to embark on that quest to develop yourself, you learn about yourself. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, it's about self-awareness. You also learn about others. You learn how to navigate the world. You learn stuff like how to deal with conflict. Okay, lots of people don't know how to deal with conflict effectively. You learn how to negotiate. You learn all these soft skills, and soft skills are needed in the workforce more than you know. Somebody could have the technical skills, they could be a great technician, they could be a great chef, but if they don't have soft skills, if they don't have that, what we call emotional intelligence, to deal with people, to know themselves and to deal with people, then you end up with a manager, or you end up with an employee who is problematic. And that is because people haven't invested in themselves. They haven't learned to know themselves. They don't understand what their triggers are. They are not in that learning mode. Okay, and so when you learn, you grow. You could never, ever, ever lose with learning. I am a big fan of learning in any way, shape, or form. And so these are just 3 tips that I thought I would share with you. Like I mentioned before, I'm a really big fan of self-development. It is important. It is one of the keys, I feel, to success. It will set you right, because when you decide and when you invest and commit to knowing who you are, to growing yourself, to even those skills that you have that are your strengths, that you're really good at, if you commit to making them better, then that's it. You're great. Okay? A lot of successful people, they focus on developing themselves. And what they do is they focus on those skills that they're good at. And so it almost seems like they're perfect. Wow, you're perfect. Have you ever told someone that you're perfect? It's not that they're perfect. It's because they try to improve themselves. They're on a quest for greatness. Okay? And the key to this is to never stop. Because on your quest to know yourself, on your quest to self-develop, you're going to find out things about yourself that you may not be proud of. You're going to find things about yourself that you are proud of. The key is to never stop learning. The key is to do the work, make the investment. And when I say the investment is, investment doesn't necessarily have to be money. Investment can be the time that you spend to maybe watch a TED Talk, or to look at the People's Brand video, or to read a particular article, or to spend that time in deep self-reflection. All those things contribute to your self-development and your personal growth. All right. And so throughout the month of June, I'll be bringing you more thoughts on this. Thank you for tuning in. If you need to be coached by me, if you need that sort of help, I can do that. I can help you work through certain things, certain challenges that you may have. Just send me an email at hellowaveney@thepeoplebrandskn.com, or send me a WhatsApp at 663-3356. I am here for you. This is what the People's Brand is all about. Thank you for watching. Share this video, like the video, hit subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye.